We were offered drinks. There was something in the drink.
He went in the kitchen, made a drink for me. I took the drink and I sat next to Malika and I was drinking my drink and she was just about done with hers. She just, out of the blue, started throwing up. And the funny thing about it was, after she was throwing up, he kept asking her or trying to give her more drinks. And she was like, you know, I can't drink anymore.
You know, because I didn't know who he was, you know, on the radio. That was my first time ever meeting him. I was introduced through Jessica. I knew nothing about him. I was basically going there. She asked me if I would like to go with her. So I said, yeah, I'll go with you, right. You know. So I didn't know him at all prior to this event occurring. I didn't know who he was.
I sat my cup down and I just said, okay, I started feeling weird. And I said, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. This is what I told myself. And when
Okay, so let me just fill y'all in on what's going on. So Charlamagne had met these girls. Now this thing happened 17 years ago, June of 2001. This girl you see speaking now is now 32 years old. Her name is Jessica Reed. And she was introduced to Charlamagne by this one friend of hers named Rico. Okay? And Charlamagne at the time was 22 years old. She didn't know it. He basically was lying about his age, allegedly. And he befriended this girl, allegedly. Gained the trust of her. Even went to go visit the girl's mother. Even met her mother, basically. Where he persuaded her mother to let her go to a party that he told this girl it was his birthday. It was supposed to be his birthday party. Because other than that, she allegedly wasn't going to go. So he told her it was his party so that she could end up going. Where she invited another friend of hers named Malika Joyner. And they were supposed to be going to a beach party for his birthday. Now, when she get there, she noticed it may be two other girls there, but it's a whole lot of guys there. But she not tripping because she only here to support her friend, which is Charlamagne at that time, who was working for B93 radio station. Okay? Charlamagne then, and I don't have to say allegedly on this because he actually took he plead guilty to this and took a plea of this because he was charged. Charlamagne then go make drinks. He go make drinks for the girls after allegedly the girl said, I'm gonna just say allegedly what the girl said. He kept trying to persuade them to drink when they were saying no at first. So they ended up giving in and ended up drinking, but wasn't told that these drinks had date rape drugs in them. So this dude was making Bill Cosby potions with that intent alone, knowing that, yeah, he definitely had intentions on raping these women if you have to do that. You don't have to put date rape drugs and drinks if you know you're going to get some. What's the purpose of that for? The purpose of spiking the drinks with these type of drugs is so that these women can be vulnerable and sometimes not conscious of what's happening to them. So you're getting them at a vulnerable state where they can't fight you off and they not in their right minds and they weak. So you didn't spike these girls' drink when you purposely knew you were going to do that. You know they underage. So you know that to some degree they easily to manipulate. So you bring them in to do this, and that was your intentions all along with your homies to do this, which is really even sickening because you got a clique full of raper men who all don't see nothing wrong with you wanting to rape these girls. With you wanting to rape these girls. And they all in on it too. So that's just going to show you how twisted and perverted people are, and birds of a feather flock together, which also lets me know that this probably wasn't the first time this thing even happened. And you the one that actually purposely spiked their drink because they trust you. Because you the one bought them there. So they believe in you got their best interest, not knowing you the one setting them up to your homies and yourself. So this dude who was speaking out against Bill Cosby and things like that for what Bill Cosby was doing, and come to find out, he also is guilty of the same thing and took a plea bargain agreeing that he was the one that spiked the drinks and everything. So you're not going to get me to believe you spiked the drinks and everything, but had no intentions on getting down. But you're going to go get the girls. You're going to bring them to this get together, this slumber party or whatever the hell it was, the beach party, with the intentions of already knowing what's going to go down later on. Okay. Go a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper.
I got up to go to the bathroom. I fell to the floor. I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't move my arms. It's like I had no control over my limbs. I could see and I could hear, but I couldn't move. So I heard the guys in the back and they were laughing, and Charlamagne was laughing. And he told them to take me upstairs. Taken upstairs by two guys, one named Larry and one named Boo, who took me into a bathroom and violated me and took advantage of me. Charlamagne allowed these guys to take me upstairs. In fact, he told them to take me upstairs after giving me a drink with a drug in it.
Yeah, because he saw the effect of it. He saw the effect of it working now. They were used to doing this type of stuff. He saw the effect of it working now and knew you was ready. While your other friend vomiting and throwing up because her tolerance of it is not as strong as yours was, she still somehow is sober-minded to the fact, even though she was being set up too. These dudes deliberately gang raping these young minors. Purposely, this was set up for this.
I got up off the couch and I couldn't even move. I collapsed to the floor, and all he could do was laugh. He didn't ask if I was okay. He didn't help me up. He laughed. So he took me upstairs. and then they took me into the bathroom.
I did see two people escort her upstairs, but like I said, I myself was I was throwing up and so forth. I was out of it too, but I was still able to know what was, able to see and hear what was going on. But it was like everything for me was slow motion. But she was escorted up the stairs with two gentlemen.
Okay. They took me upstairs and took me into the bathroom. And I don't know if I can do this. They took me upstairs and took me into the bathroom. And they had my arms like this. One was here and one was here. And they were holding me up because I couldn't hold myself up. And I had a dress on. I had one arm like this, and Larry was holding me up. And Boo had this other arm, but with his other hand, he was just forcing his fingers in my vagina. And I was just sitting there helpless. I couldn't do nothing. I cannot do this.
At any point were you in the room together with Jessica when she was being raped, or were you in another room and you came in? How did that play out?
No, she was upstairs. I was downstairs.
Okay.
When they were finished, they just left me in the bathroom and I fell to the floor. And I was just laying on the floor crying. I was just laying there. And then somebody came into the bathroom, picked me up, and put me in the bedroom. Left me in the bedroom, closed the door behind them. I don't know how long I was laying there for, but Larry ended up coming in the bedroom. He came in, he got on the bed, and he started to rub his penis on my body. And all I could do at the time was just try to roll around on the bed. And I was rolling until I eventually fell off the bed. I don't know. I don't even know how I got back onto the bed. I don't even know. But he left. And then Charlamagne came into the room. And I saw Charlamagne's face with my own eyes. When he opened that door, I saw his face. I saw his face. I heard his voice while he was raping me. There's nothing that nobody can say. And started taking off my clothes. And started talking to me in the process. And he kept saying things like, I told you I was going to take care of you and nothing was going to happen to you.
But because I was throwing up, I was still coherent. I was still able to, you know, I was still aware of my surroundings. So
Okay.
he couldn't really, he gave up with me, you know. He was kissing on me, trying to unbutton my shirt. I was determined, you know, that was not going to happen. And in the process of him not being able to sexually, you know, come on to me the way he wanted to, because I was still able to, you know, I was still able to know what's going on, then that's, you know, where Jessica, you know, he went to Jessica.
Okay, so according to that woman, she was able to be more stronger against them, because when she was given a drink, she started throwing up. So it didn't have that much of an effect on her. But the other girl, her tolerance was stronger. That's why she couldn't really move. And she was conscious, but not conscious while all this going on. She didn't have the power to fight them off. But the other girl, even though she was still weak, she still was somehow more alert at what was going on, that she was able to reject to the point of, I can't say not being taken advantage of, because they still could have did that. But she was able to, it basically wasn't worth the hassle, seeing that she wasn't vulnerable like the other girl was. So they just decided to go on her. Because I guess he was thinking that, okay, well, the drug ain't really working that good on her because she vomited. So maybe if I just talk to her and holler at her, and I could just get some off my game alone, which he failed in that. And I'm guessing allegedly he found himself going up to the room where he knew this girl was already out of there. So
Told you I was going to take care of you. And nothing's going to happen to you. This is Charlemagne. And he just kept going on and on. And then he started kissing me, and he started kissing me. He started kissing me. The whole time he's doing all of these things, I was there crying. That's why it's so hard. Like, as I'm saying it, it's replaying in my head, and I can see it happening. He was kissing me everywhere. And I'm laying there crying. And he's like trying to shush me. He's trying to shush me. Oh. I'm sitting there crying, and he tries to shush me. And then he performs oral sex on me.
Okay, that's a nasty nigga. So your other two guys already raped her in the bathroom. I'm pretty sure he was knowledgeable of that. Why he told them to take you upstairs. He knew what they were gonna do. Especially seeing how long it was that they was up there with you and you basically is out of it. Only for him to come behind them, kissing you all while you crying. Like, I don't get, well, a person who raped ain't sane in their mind anyway. But I can't do it. I can't have sex with a girl and she crying because she don't want me on top of her and I'm forcing myself all on her. Like, come on, man. Like, that's terrible. And then not only that, you a nasty dude. You sit here and you start eating her out after you know that the other guys had already basically then ran the train on her. Like, you a scandalous nigga, boy. That's terrible. Scandalous dude. I'm talking about he won't even taste the homies. That's crazy. Call himself Charlemagne the God. Right. Now it makes sense. You named yourself after all these Greek mythology gods. Because that's what they did in Greek mythology. Those Greek gods, that's what they would do. They would come down and rape the women and gave birth to men gods. That's what it is. Now it makes sense. He named himself Charlemagne the God because he named after the Greek mythology god. Because they would come down and rape the women and get away with it and fly back off. Even though none of that stuff is true, to some degree, I'm going to say to some degree. But that's what he was doing. So he named himself Charlemagne the God because you named after the Greek mythology gods that would come down in the form of men and rape the women and take back off. Man, you terrible. But I'm going to keep it real with you, though, because that's what I do at Battle Truth, man. And this title of mine is called Should He Be Retried for this case that the victim is now coming out speaking about? Because he definitely had been charged. He definitely took a plea. But this part of the story right here bothered me right here. I'm just going to keep it 100. This part of the story bothered me right here. I'm going to keep it 100. While she telling her story, this what makes sometimes these cases a little bit difficult to process and talk about. This part right here.
It's not over. Just know that. I'm going to keep speaking. I'm going to get my justice. The truth is going to be revealed. This is not over. So, due to the fact that I was a minor, only 15 when everything happened, my mom thought it was best that I did not take the stand and testify against Charlemagne. I wanted to, I was willing, I was ready, I wanted to speak, and I wanted to tell the truth, and I wanted him to pay for what he did. But know that the only reason he is where he is today is because I was not able to speak.
That's the part I don't like. Because the mama started this thing off talking about how she wants justice for her daughter and all this. But when you were given the opportunity to get justice for your daughter, you rejected it. You rejected it. And then it makes people want to raise the speculation of saying, why now, 17 years later, when this man is a multi-millionaire, a big public personality, now you're saying you want justice. But you wouldn't allow your daughter to testify against him the time that it had happened. So he took a lesser plea for just giving her drinks. When if he agreed to that, you could have had him dead wrong to the rape. But you didn't want that to happen. And now you want your daughter now to see, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes this crazy. And it's a sensitive subject because there are women out there that literally get raped. There are situations like this where parents don't want the daughters to speak against the persons who hurt them, And I look at the parents every time something happens. I look at the parents first. I'm sorry, I do. And I'm not trying to victim blame, because I look at the parents. Like, I'm not letting my 15-year-old daughter go with not even a 15-year-old guy. I don't care if you're like, oh, this my friend. I don't give a damn. You 15 years old. I know what y'all on. Hell no. 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 She said she didn't know his age. The mother did. But you ain't got no problem with him coming and pick up your daughters in the car and taking them to a party. That don't even make no sense. You would have known right then and there. Hell, he was grown. He driving. You would have known that. How you don't know that? So you saying you didn't know he was grown, but your daughter 15 years old, but this, hell, he looked grown. Come on, man. We saw Charlemagne's face. I would have looked. I thought he was grown when he was 10. We saw his face. That face Benjamin Button. It was born old. I would have known he was old. Hell. When he was 7, we thought he was old. He used to get liquor and cigarettes for us. 7 years old. And they didn't even ask to ID him. So how the hell you didn't know he was grown? Like, do he got a baby face? Do he got soft skin? Hell, he bleached that. How you don't know? He grown. He pull up in the car. A nice looking car too. See, I don't like stuff like that. That's what I don't like. I don't like stuff like that. And see, I just keep it real with you on some things. I wouldn't doubt he did that stuff, but come on, man, that ain't cool. It's obvious he had the intent on allegedly raping them, or you wouldn't have had to spike their drinks. And you pleaded guilty to doing that, and you testified that you did make the drinks and spike them. That's what he did. He went to jail for that. And it's sad that the mother would not even let the daughter testify when it was her body that was taken. She the one that was drugged. She the one that was taken against her will. Hell. I guess. I don't understand it, man. Some of these women crazy. Crazy. Anyway, I guess. With that being said, It's your boy Battle Truth, man. Do y'all think he should be retried again? Because this is why she's saying she wants justice. Because he already was charged in that situation. And because the mother refused to let her testify, how you gonna retry him again? He took a plea, so he admitted to even spiking your drinks. Or how you gonna get justice? The only way you can get justice is civil. Civil court. And that's not for criminal. That's for money. Because he definitely can't be retried for this on some criminal stuff. And that's why the case looked a little bit shaky. Because here it is 17 years later. Even though I understand and I sympathize with what a woman go through, because if a person raped you and did that, yeah, they got an effect on your mind. I wouldn't doubt it. You don't want to accept a drink from nobody. All them dudes up inside you, yeah, I know that hurt. I know that taking effect on you. And it can lead to drugs and depression and lesbianism and suicide, all that type of stuff. This is why you need to be educated. This is why you need to learn from your mistakes and become better and stronger. Survive and be a voice for those that may be going through this. Teach women how to speak up. Educate parents on how to be supportive of their children when they've been victimized. Don't be afraid and give the power to your betrayer. Strip the power from them. So, I don't know. What y'all think, man? What y'all think? We're in the comments. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, it's a question. It's yours.